Hi class! For today we will try to look into the capability of action scripts to further control the objects we have on stage. We will look into the concept of using keyboard strokes to produce movement of our objects, as well as a look into the concept of collision detection, where we will produce a predefined event when a collision between two objects would happen. Something as simple as what you see right now, where I am pressing the arrow keys to make the character move inside the stage. The idea is that when the character hits the wall, the game is over. That is considered the collision detection. Something like this. Okay, so to do all of that, we'll start off by creating our movie clip. Okay. We'll be naming it as something like car symbol, aka our main character. This could be a shape of anything. For the sake of our demonstration, we'll just use the same as what we used earlier. This will be something like 50 by 50 and then 25. Let's change the color, something like, I guess, green. Okay, so again, the character can be any color or shape of any object you want. You are free to be creative in developing your object. Next, we will create another movie clip. This time, we will name it as wall symbol, which will serve as a wall for our demonstration. This could be just a simple rectangle. Let's change this to black. Again, these symbols are or symbol names are kind of like variable names. You can name them however way you want. Next, we're going to drag and drop our car symbol to the stage. You guys already know how to work out its properties like dimensions, etc. Okay, next we're also going to drag and drop our wall symbol to the stage. We'll probably put it here somewhere on the top. Okay. Next, we will be giving them instance names. You already know how to add instance names to your character or to your objects or to your symbols. So for our character, let's give it an instance name of I guess main car, aka our main character. And then for our wall or wall symbol, let's just name it as our wall. Next, we will be making a blank keyframe. Okay. In this blank keyframe, let's just insert a text like our example earlier. Let's just put there the text game over. Next, we will be making a new layer. Let's just remove the excess frame. Now in this layer, okay, we will be adding Actionscript to control our game. Okay, so the first thing that we want to add here is an event listener for our stage, wherein whenever a key or a keyboard stroke has been made, it will automatically set it to work or to use the action or to use the function that we will be setting. So stage add event listener. It's a the parameter is a keyboard event, which is key down. One of the parameter will be the function that it will try to execute. Now for this one, let's just create a which key, I guess. You can name it however way you want. And then another thing that we want to happen here is let's just try to observe what happens right now. So of course it doesn't do anything yet as of the moment, as you can see here in our compiler error. Access of undefined property which key, because that property is not yet defined. Now here you can see that the frames are just simply running from the first frame to the second frame over and over and over again. Now this is not what we want to happen. We want it to stay at the first frame until until it reaches the point wherein the character is hitting the wall, and then that's the time that it will try to move to the second frame. And last time we already have seen how we can use timeline controls. So it's just a matter of simply using the stop keyword. Okay, so with that, okay, it will not yet work because the function is not yet defined. It still has an error. So let's just create the function now. It's a keyboard event. There. Now that the function has been defined, which is the which key, now you can see, well, it doesn't do anything as of the moment yet. Okay, no matter how many times I press the arrow keys, it's still not working because the function which key is still blank. So if you can see here, the function here, okay, is doesn't have anything in it yet. But you can see the difference there is that right now it's no longer going automatically to the second frame, simply because we have added the stop key there, or the stop keyword there. Okay, now next we will try to control what would happen. So the thing here is we don't want we want it to detect if, for example, the keyboard stroke is the left key, or the right key, the up key, and the down key. It will be able to move the character towards the designated, or towards the identified key. So here we'll just have to set a condition. So key code, if it is keyboard left, meaning the key stroke there is the left arrow key, then the main character, the X coordinate of that main character will minus equals 5. You already know how to do increments and decrements. So this is decrementing the X coordinate of the main character by 5 pixels. Another, if, for example, the key code is keyboard right, the main character will gain, or will increment by 5 pixels its X coordinate. So simple as that. So yes, you already know what will happen next here. So if we'll try to, let's just try to try it first. So I can, once I press the left key, the character is already moving towards the left, and if I press the right key, the character is going to the right. Okay, but up and down is not yet working. So that will be next. I'll just copy paste this and change this to down or up and down. Now of course we'll change this also to Y. Okay, and now it's working properly. So now our character is already moving by 5 pixels. Now it doesn't have to be 5 pixels. You can change this to 10, say for example, to make it move faster. You can see there that it has a substantial amount of pixels that it has increased. If you want, you can even jump it to say 30 to make it a bit more noticeable. See the difference there? Okay. Now we need to add another condition here, which is if because if you will try to observe here, nothing is happening whenever I touch the wall here, which is not supposed to be our scenario. The scenario that we want is that when the character hits the wall, it will forcefully move the current frame to the second frame, which is where our text game over is located. So what we're going to do there is we're going to add another if conditional. If the main character, and this is the crucial function to use, hit test object wall, meaning we are trying to test whenever your character, or whenever you press a key, it will test if the character is hitting or overlapping with our wall object there. So what will happen is, if it does hit the wall, we are going to go to and stop at frame 2. Okay, so let's try to test it out, and it works. Okay, now however, I'll just try to let you observe something. I pressed the up key again while I'm in frame 2, and looking at the output here, you can see here an error that is being shown. So it cannot access a property or method of a null object reference. The reason is because we are already in the second frame, and it is still allowing us to use the our keystrokes, our which key function. It's still working. All of this, it's still working. However, the reason why this particular error is being shown is because it does not, in this particular frame, in the second frame, it is unable to locate our main character, okay, because the symbol is no longer present on the stage. So what we want to do here is we want to just make sure that this error does not show. So what are we going to do? We'll just have to make it so that this function will only execute, okay, if, or the contents of this function will only execute if we are in the first frame. So it's just a matter of adding another condition here. If our current frame is equal to 1, then it will do all of this. Okay, there. So you can see here the idea, the logic here is, okay, if we are in frame 1, okay, which is this frame, the one containing our character and the wall, okay, if we are in frame 1, this will happen if a keystroke is pressed, okay. Else, if you are just pressing the keyboard without and you're not in frame 1, then it will not do anything. So with that, let's try it again. So going to the second frame, now no matter how many times I press the arrow keys, it's not doing anything, because the function there does not have an else statement wherein it will do something if we are in a different frame. So that is how you work out the use of your Actionscript to control your movie clips on stage and add a little bit more functionality and utilize it to somehow simulate a simple game such as this. So with that, that ends our lesson for today, and I hope you were able to get something from that. Okay.